Welcome back, everybody. Welcome back to the Canyon. Welcome back to the weekly update. And this, Susan and I are going to come together specifically for the gentleman in the comments who is somehow, I don't know if he's counting frame by frame, is counting the RPMs of Susan. So knowing this, I had remarked in a comment, I had said, well, I'm going to take that as a challenge. So we have taken one of Susan's plastic bearings out so she has a little more space in there. And then we filled the track that her bearings are in. Can you tell? I got into the old Pinewood Derby box and got the powdered graphite out. So, welcome back, everybody. She's on fire. She's on fire. Now, I don't know how this is going to serve me as a work surface, because now if you put a rig on it, she can still sling it around at Mach 1. But, challenge accepted. Does she spin the other way? You know she does. She's ambidextrous. Welcome back to the Canyon, everybody. We got that nonsense out of the way. It's the 22nd of December. It's almost Christmas. It's almost Happy Chrysler. Happy Honda days. Except to you worshippers of Toyotathon. It's good to see you back here in the Canyon. We have a small gap in between the rains. The rains parted just in time for us heading out into the continued soupiness of the canyon. The ground is soupy. After the tire quick view of the swamp claws, how did that go? Look how clean they are. Have I run these? Yes. They were so wet, and baseline was so wet that after cleaning them, they look like they're fresh out of the package. They did remarkably well, I think. And, segue, they are fitted with the Injora Blue inserts. Thank you to everyone who has messaged me so far about the green inserts. I am filled with joyful rage because, guys, I would love to be testing them right now, but I can't. I got to order them just like you guys. It's also near the end of the year. If I order something right now on Amazon Prime, the guaranteed delivery date is in 2024. That's how bad it is right now. I don't know how it operates over in China around Christmas, but I'm going to assume that things aren't expedited. So, mid-January, if we're lucky, like between the January 10th and the 20th, I hope to test the green ones. That's the goal. Also, I wanted to ask you early on, while people are still paying attention, would anybody be interested in further ramblings of a madman, where I give you my personal list based on nothing other than the depth and breadth of my own insanity on what I thought were the things of 2023? Like best kit offering, best tire, best stuff like that. I can do that if there's any interest in it. We've got one more weekly update before the end of the year, obviously on the 29th, right before New Year's. I can pop that in there. Let me know. We're going to start working on another It Came From the Workbench. We're going to get another one running because I feel like, what is he, 29? The body that everybody loves. The Curtis painted Coyote. Why am I talking about it? It's right here. Everybody loves this guy. And to further his performance, I've got to do some stuff here in the back. And for those who don't know, here's the problem right here. I want to be in like 2 holes forward and 1 hole down, which is right where the drive shaft is. So what I want to do is I got this guy, one of these cut-to-length drive shafts. I want to disassemble the gearbox, cut this shaft down so I can move the drive shaft in. But to do that, I'm going to have to swap out the 56, to something smaller. Maybe I can get away with a 52. Maybe I'll have to go to 48 pitch and we can go to like an 81. Whatever goes on here, something has to go on here in order to me be able to cut this shaft, re-drill it with some cobalt, and move that in so that I'll have access to more holes. This is one of the problems that's been brought about by the too-low gearbox. It doesn't want to fit in anything. This thing is buttery smooth. It drives great, but we've got, like, it wants to torque. I'm going to try standing the shocks. There's a lot that wants to go into this one. Once the weather and that, well, okay, it's the new year. We will probably not be revisiting the hardbody Bronco until next year. I'm not sure that we're going to see the VRD buggered, the VRD with the bug on it until next year. We're getting in the crunch, and I don't know. I'm feeling like winter lazy. I've still got parts here sitting on the bench from, like, here's Ghost Rover's, part of Ghost Rover's front drive shaft because he grenaded his gear. So I fired up the very new to me ultrasonic cleaner. And look at this. These are all used. Get an ultrasonic cleaner, everybody, whether you think you need it or not. This was caked in all manner of grease. I take a little tin, a metal tin, I fill it with super clean. I just put it in there. It makes the worst noise you've ever heard. You want to hear the most annoying sound in the world? You fire that thing up. You also find out, as an American, 55 degrees centigrade, that's hot. As Paris Hilton would say, that is hot. When you put your hand in that, well, your gloved hand in that to pull a part out, I wasn't wearing gloves initially, and these two, like, I would just pluck parts out like this. These two fingertips feel real weird. Super Clean has that ability to defat skin, so watch out. And it's pure concentrate. I also, after I was cleaning these, I came out here because my watch every hour tells me, time to stand. So I get up and I walk around, and then I was out here for an hour ultrasonically cleaning things. I want you to look at this diff gear, if you will, right? It's a 6-bolt. It's all like black. Here, and then look at this one. Would we say these are very, very similar? They both have a little groove right here where the bearing sits. Like, what's the difference? This one says Vanquish on the back, and this one says nothing. This is out of the Base Camp Builders kit, and this is out of a Phoenix. And I'm not saying that they're the exact same thing, but what I'm saying is I think they're the exact same thing. As if we look at the pinion gears that come from the two respectively. Here are the two pinion gears. They have the same little groove at the neck. It's exactly the same. Only the Vanquish one says 830 on it, and the Axial one says nothing. They're identical. They're completely interchangeable. I mean, every other, we've got all the people that are doing 3-bolt. I'm not a huge fan of 3-bolt. I've got a lot of different, like, there are 3-bolt options. These two are effectively identical, only whatever seller, these came with button heads, and these came with socket caps. Why this is relevant. Ghost Rover needs a new front gear. This one has chipped teeth on both sides. His has exploded teeth on both sides. This one has a couple chipped teeth in one spot. So part of me is like, just put the lightly busted gear in there. And the other part of me is like, dude, you've got a couple gears. See if you've got enough parts in the bins to assemble a pair of, I don't know, recently unoccupied AR-44 housings and just put some AR-44s on them. I might have everything that I need. I might have to, worst case, I might have to order some knuckles. Maybe hybridize it, see if I can get Element C hubs. I've never tried to put an Element C hub on an AR-44. We might have to hybridize his front axle. Maybe I'll just leave the rear axle alone and put some sort of god-awful abomination of a front axle on him. We'll find out, man. Well, we'll do something. Yes. There was something I wanted to talk about. I thought about doing an episode dedicated to it, but I don't know what the appreciation level of it is. So, there are tools that we love because they are very specific in their use. This is an RPM, they call it the RPM shock duplicator. This is how you use it. You get a shock, right? When you're building your shock, you put this on here, and you put this down here. And then you turn the little gauge at the bottom until it's at 0 degrees, right down there. And then you look up there. We'll hold it in place. There we go. We look up there, and this shock is 90.5 millimeters eye to eye. And you use that for your duplication method when you take another shock and you put it on the other side. And what you want it to do is this. I pre-tested these. You set it to 0, and look at that. These shocks are both 90.5 millimeters long. So if you want to set a shock to a specific length, with springs on or with springs off, it also helps with springs on because you can find out if the shock is returning to the correct length. We make sure that these are, you give it a little pull down to make sure they're all the way out, and they are. It's just about 90.5 millimeters. I use this far less often for building shocks than I do for building the thing that isn't a shock. It's this. This thing can only go out to just under 160 millimeters, which will still get you most any link you would need. You set it to 0. This is a 97.5 millimeter link. If I need to build another one, I put it together, and when I slip it on there, I want to make sure that they both say 0. Because I have done this more than once, where I am building a rig. I just did it. I just did it on the one with the beautiful coyote, where I had one link, front lower, that was 3 millimeters shorter than the other because I grabbed the wrong link. Put the ends on it. It looked fine. His steering is improved when both front lowers are the same length. Funny how that works. And I generally try to eyeball them. Usually what I'll do is I'll have 2 links. We'll use a shock in place of a link. They're fairly close. I will take something that has a 3 millimeter shank like this, and you just dangle them like that, and then you want them to line up. I mean, I guess it looks more declarative if I use the 2 shocks. So when you dangle them, you can kind of get, you can get really approximated. But the RPM shock duplicator tool costs $15 and takes out the guesswork. It's great. I bought it recently. I had one eons ago and have no idea what happened to it. They've been selling it. When you order it, it comes completely disassembled, and it has 440 hardware with it. So that'll give you an idea. It goes back to when there was still a lot of stuff with Imperial hardware on it. I love this thing. It's not a tool that you use all the time, just like this is not a tool you use all the time, but I think that I get into hobbies specifically just to buy more tools. This is certainly not a thing that you use all the time, but what if you want to build your own JST plugs or shorten your servo wires? Well, then you're going to need the SN01BM, because that's what this thing does. I don't use these tools a lot. There are tools that I do use a lot, like this, to where if I tighten the screw, look at how much the hole is blown out from where it's gonna break. I'm gonna have to buy another $11 shock tool. Where I grab links is completely worn flat. There's almost no groove to it left. So that's a tool that gets used all the time. This is a tool that doesn't get used all the time. But if you're building up a rig and you're assembling your own links for whatever you're doing custom, spend the $15 and get one of these. You will be like, how did I ever do this before? So there's that. What I want, like I said, I want to start another of the It Came From the Workbench series. I don't know which one it's going to be. I want to get to work on the Falcon, but we still haven't ordered the body yet. We still haven't concluded. I am kind of leaning towards the Ally Express Defender, but at the same time, I'm like, Killer Body LC70 is so pretty. So pretty. And that rig is going to be something else. My buddy is throwing silver, that satin silver aluminum at it like it's going out of style. I have almost everything needed for the Evil Twin. The other straight axle TRX4 gearboxed build that is going to have Rusty's takeoff or AR-45s. I've got the motor, the speed control, the body, the chassis, the tires, the wheels. I think I've got a spare receiver. I think I might have everything to get that build underway. And I would like to get that build underway just because I want to. I need to send the Flanco to Belgium. So Erwin, if and when you are watching, we got to get together on Instagram and we will work it out. I'm not going to figure out a better tire. What I need him to do, and I should just message him on Instagram, and I will, but I'll say this here as a reminder to myself. Whatever you want me to put in the box, you let me know, because the shipping is going to be insane. Insane. I sent the Jimny off to Norway. It cost $60 to send a box about the size of a shoebox. And the Flanco box is going to be determined basically by the size of the body, so we can fit some stuff in there. We can get some stuff across the pond. So start compiling your list of things that you can't get over there, and I will see what I can get over here, and we'll move forward from there. It is the weekly update. I have forgotten to state many things, I'm sure. So instead, let's go outside into the mud, and we'll wheel about a little bit. I'm trying to figure out who we're going to get muddy. And I just had a recollection. Someone in the comments, I think after Wheelin' Wednesday, said they want to see RoboKitty run Mavericks. My friend, you shall! I've got to move a bunch of stuff out of the way first because, before that rain started, I did some things.
All right, everybody. Fast forward about 2 hours cleaning up what I needed to clean up. It is incredibly muggy. We're attempting 3 camera. The problem is third camera is the little DJI. What is it? Is it the Osmo? The mobile? The little handheld guy, and that thing has been a problem since day one. The main camera and the phone are the only ones that are kind of consistent. So we've got a microphone and 3 cameras running. This is going to be fun in the edit. And speaking of edit, I should be editing right now. Like, I should have just pushed stuff out of the way and not cleaned it up and got everything set. So I don't know what I'm going to do about 4-wheel steer. I don't know if I have the capability. So this is an unofficial. We've got somebody that's kind of made for this. Oh, that was nice. Oh no, we definitely have somebody that was made for this. The one problem child might be the totter here. Yeah, if I had less worries in my brain and I could focus, yeah, the totter is going to be a problem. I think it's 3 tires on. She is the width of the teeter-totter. Yeah. You get a clean one out here, I think RoboKitty could do the dance. And nope, see, as soon as I tried to 4-wheel steer, I steered the rear end the wrong way. Oh yeah, she's got the weapons. Yeah, no, she could do this. That rock is there for a reason. There's a lot of loose, hasn't been packed in yet. I'm kind of hoping for upcoming rains. Did it again. Yeah, 4-wheel steer for me is bad enough. Four-wheel steer under self-imposed pressure is way worse. Okay, no, like this. And straighten it. Oh, yeah. Oh. She is stuck. Nope. There we go. Yeah, the teeter-totter is proving to be a great equalizer, particularly as it is about 13 inches wide, and the kitty herself is about 13 inches wide. I hope some camera is picking up the fact that it's like half the tire is off. I've never gotten stuck on that little step before. First time for everything. Yeah, she can snake through here. Oh, you know what this makes me want to do? This makes me want to double up the P-Mix. She was born for this as a, born as a bouncer and converted into a crawler. She still has enough of that bouncer DNA in her, I think. Every time. I get up to the top, every time, and I turn the wheel the wrong way. I was worried that coming up that dirt face was going to be too difficult, and that is thankfully not the case. So I will take this opportunity to bid you adieu from the canyon. What RoboKitty sits atop is 36 inches tall to the dirt, and it's solid. It's full. It's all the way full. I filled it with scrap concrete, crummy dirt, whatever. And Mavericks is just not ready for Crawlympics yet. It's close. It's real close. But I think I need more practice on it. I need the dirt to get set in. Like I say, if that rain does show up and tamp this down a little bit, I think we'll definitely be somewhere. So I would love to say that I'm gonna stay out here and mash it up, but I should have been editing probably 90 minutes ago. But how does one edit when? Oh yeah, okay. Yeah, I would have to run her out here for about half an hour, and then maybe I could get the controls clean. This is what practice looks like. This is testing in service. Ooh. 2.2 Tusk is great, is it not? Yeah, so please, one and all, comment below. We love your comments. Like, subscribe, etc., etc. Thanks for joining us here on a temporarily... Can I clear it this time? He got it. On a temporarily beautiful Friday morning in the canyon. If the weather is to be believed, it is going to get proper ugly pretty soon. The logs need some work. Oh, I can cheat on that side. There we go. Oh, man. Yeah, when this thing is finalized, she's going to do the thing. I meant to mention it, and then it took me 25 minutes to set the cameras up. She is currently fitted with Zobazu's 4S 850. And what you just witnessed now in motion is how long it takes for a vehicle the size of RoboKitty to deplete a 4S 850. It lasted 6 minutes, maybe, very similar to the situation we had when Woody was out here. So what a perfect time to conclude. Thanks for joining us yet again. I hope that in between now and when we meet again, you one and all do your very best. Have a good one, everybody. We will see you in the next one. From the canyon, RoboKitty and I